From Pond and Garden, Peter's a fan. I'm here at Peter's pond. We're going to check it out. So tell us a bit about yourself, Peter.
Well, I worked with Paul, known him a couple of years. Found out he was building a pond. I built a pond, he decided to come and have a look. So here we are. So hopefully you like what you see and what we've done. Take it from there. Or what we are doing in big plans for the future, starting on Monday. Right, so we've had a big build on. I've built all this myself. Decking to paint, and I'm going to be building a shed in this area and extending over. This is going to be a filter house and extending the roof over the pond and basically boxing it all in. At the moment I've got 3 homemade filters, 1 with a moving bed and 2 have jack matting in at the moment. So just carrying on what from there, basically. I'll just take my hair off so you might be able to see the fish. Mainly goldfish at the moment, however I have got various koi in here. I've 2 very large ones. I did lose quite a few after an illness last year. We started replacing my stock with koi. I've just currently bought 3 new ones and 2 butterfly, or rather my partner has. So I don't know if you'll be able to see them on the shot, but I can see at least 3 of them at the moment. So there's one at the far end, there's one just shot underneath. At the moment it's a work in progress. My pump isn't going to be here, it'll be outside, so eventually I'm going to revamp this. Turning round, this is my big build that I'm doing at the moment for my second pond. At the moment it's all over the place, but this is also going to be roofed and bordered at the back because I have the wood at the back, which causes me loads of problems with leaves. Purely at the moment it's ongoing, and this is where we're roughly at the moment. So come Monday there's going to be some big changes and see where we go from there.
So do you want to show us your filter systems and see how they're working?
Yeah, at the moment I'm waiting on a bigger air pump at the moment. This is my moving bed. I'll just switch the air back on so you can see. I've got an aerated bottom drain and steam working off the pump at the moment. 50 litres K3 in there. I'm wanting to add some K1, try and get it moving a bit more. Probably put about another 20 litres in there. And then I've got my first bay, which obviously I've got bushes, jack matting, dead space there, and then moving on to the second bed, which is more me, and that is covered by jack matting again. I've got my down floor there. I've been fitting these bags, trying to think who recommended them now. It's annoying me. But however, they mentioned these bags were great for filtering out. I've Paul just pulled them there while I just go get the other one. That's a brand new one I've just put in. I took that out earlier, literally an hour ago, and that's literally taken the fines out for the last 24 hours. I've just replaced that. Doing a filter clean tomorrow and a water change. So that's where we're at, and that's what we're doing. I don't know what people think of those, but for 20p a bag, they're taking all the fines out. Literally wash them out, swap them back, 20p a go for a fruit bag. Eden Koi, that's who it was, recommended those, and they actually work brilliantly.
So that's a shout out to Eden Coy, is it?
Yeah, Eden Coy, 20p a bag. Same thing, my local retailer, Coy shop, similar item, similar idea, drawstring on it, same, it was £2.50, so the 20p at Asda. So, best thing I've bought is those. This takes a load to find out. It is a bit late in day today, we're pushing 5:30 now, so if you'd been here earlier, the pond is crystal clear, sun on it, you can see straight to the bottom. You worked it out, it's about 3.5 foot deep at the moment with the pond.
So what sort of volume did you say you had in this other pond that you've got here?
This one is roughly 9,500 litres.
So have we got a rough dimensions there? Approximately?
I think it's 2.5 metres by 3, roughly. Just short of 3 metres, I think it's 2.8. Yeah, that's across the back, so it's a little bit less at this side. But it's stepped as well, so I've 3 decks. That's probably 1.5 foot deep, then 2 foot deep, and then 3.5 foot. So it's deep enough.
So how did you put your feeding thing together? Is that just a hose pipe?
That is literally a hula hoop.
Hula hoop?
It's a hula hoop. Fish do feed quite well from it.
Right.
They do like it, especially when I turn all the air off in the little fountain that I've got. They do feed from it quite well. It's a hula hoop that my daughter had and the kids broke, and so make use of that.
So you're using is it a J-Bo?
Yeah,
pump?
J-Bo pump, it's 5,500 litres.
Right, so for you guys that haven't checked my pond out, I've got 2 of these running on my pond, and they're really reliable.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with that. I've been in 3 years. The reason why it's positioned there is for my partner to maintain it if she needs to. Eventually it will be going straight out through the bottom wall. Once I've finished the other pond, transfer my fish, I'm going to upgrade this liner and everything in here.
So you've got a retro bottom drain in there as well?
Retro bottom drain. Yeah. That's been fitted 8-9 weeks now.
Right.
I do have a problem regards volume once if we get a lot of rainfall. If I've had the water up to that overflow there, the return there, that once the water gets to that level, which is the level that I'd really want, anything above that, it does overtop my first filter. And now,
that one
there? Yeah. On the first one, it does overtop that, and that's purely because of the amount of rainfall we had the other week. And it's done it twice now, and the only thing that I found out that it can be is the amount of water going through it, and it's the weight of the water must be pushing through the pump quicker, and that's the only downside that I've found. That's what I've done.
So tell us about your skimmer, which it's quite unique that, isn't it?
The skimmer's running through the pump and the bottom drain, it's connected. That was a pole skimmer rather than a pond skimmer. Difference in price, £19.99 that one, and it was 70 odd quid for the equivalent pond one. The waterfall pump is just a basic standard pump. I think that's an all pond solution. Yeah, all pond solution. Just running around, give me a bit of flow. Every direction. It's literally sat on a brick because it's not quite tall enough. Put it back on. So it'll work. That's better. So I've taken the filter out of that.
You've got a plant there, haven't you?
Yeah, no idea what they are. They just said meat plant collection. I bought these from Newland Pet Shop. that was 15 quid. I've seen likewise plants similar size, 40, 50 quid at local koi dealerships. It's new and petrified. My fish that my koi have just bought, I paid 8 quid a piece for them. The 2 butterfly I paid 13 quid. See how they go. They doubled in size since I've had them. I've had them about 8 weeks and nearly doubled in size, so I'm quite happy with those. I do have some large black koi, but you won't be able to see them, not enough light. They both have a bit of golden egg. No idea what species they are, don't know enough about them. And turn it off, you might be able to see. I don't know if they'll turn up. Got no idea what they are, what species or anything like that. I'm not into things. All the goldfish came free. Friend over got pond. We've all been in here 2.5 years now. Well, literally, they were literally fry an inch, if that, when I got them. All happy, all content. More disappointed that I lost my koi through illness and not being able to maintain the pond last year. But like I said, it's an ongoing project, big project, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Talking of wood.
Talk about your new build then.
Yeah, talking of wood, from the new build, I've just spent just short of £1,500 on wood alone this week. Obviously I didn't need it. And what I'm going to do is post in here, corners, 1.5 way down there, post in the corners over there, and it's going to stop falling. It's all been skimmed, the bottom drain fitted. Got my koi filter, eBay special, 50 quid.
So that's a Vortex one, isn't it? Though?
Yeah, it's a Vortex one, yeah. And it's 3 bays. Right. I'm thinking, as Paul suggested, which has crossed my mind, put another filter in at that end, some sort of box filter or tub. Hopefully I'm going to have 3 returns, different heights down that side. Top end is going to be filter type, wetland filter. I haven't decided which way to go with that yet. That will be run off the skimmer and returned that way, and obviously a separate pump on the 3 returns down this side back to the gravity bed.
So we've got a area for a glass window.
Yeah.
What sort of thickness and size are you thinking to put in there?
Well, I can't remember what the measurements are for it off the top of my head. It's roughly about 1.6 metres, I think, wide, and I think it's about 600 deep off the top of my head. Might be a bit wider than that.
So you want to be looking at probably 25mm thick.
Yeah, 25, 31mm, I think I would recommend a 31mm for that. So, but like I say, it's ongoing. It's a big hole in the ground at the moment.
Right.
It's rather frustrating, but time, money. But it's an ongoing progress, so I'm quite happy with what I've done so far.
So your skimmer's going to go there, yeah?
Yeah, my skimmer's going there because hopefully the flow will come that way around. And
so
it'll be an anti-clockwise flow.
So we're going to have some sort of wetland filter here.
Yeah, a wetland filter there.
Overflowing into the pond.
Yeah.
Very similar to what I've got, really.
Yeah, similar idea, yeah. Like I say, it's a work in progress. It's being built up as we go. I'm going to put a liner in. I don't think I can afford to fiberglass it and pay for the water and everything unless I make it a longer term project. But it is ongoing. And the cat's feeding those as usual because I'm in garden. So yeah, it's ongoing. It's getting there. Slowly but surely. I don't know if Paul got the net in. That put in that keeps all the leaves off from the wood. Quite a good idea for keeping debris off, like fallout similar. It's also just high enough to deter any herons. I've never seen a heron around here, so I don't think there'd be a problem personally. Nearly waterways nearly a mile away from here, 40 river, so it's not an area that they would frequent. So I don't really have any predators. I've not had cats mess with pond. I've had a fox drink out of pond, but there's never been any interest in anything else. So, but that's basically what where we're at the moment.
So any advice to someone that's starting out on a pond you would give out there?
Don't do it. Seriously, don't do it. No. Do your research. It's a learning curve. Mistakes I made at the beginning of this. Hopefully I've rectified in there. This setup isn't what I started with. I started with a pressure filter. This basic pump here that I had. This pump has been, like I said, been going 3 years. This serves as a pressure filter. I did have a waterfall there for aeration, but obviously to get better filtration and everything, I've put an aerated bottom drain in. It's all been upgraded, all the pipe work and everything. The UV is probably too big, but that's a 36 watt UV. But it was cheaper to buy the 36 than the 25 because it was on offer. So that's what we're doing. I'm upgrading my air pump this week because that's a 30 litre a minute one. I'm going for a 80 litre a minute, which will give me more aeration and more airflow in my moving bed. So hopefully that's what I'm going to do. Eventually I want to upgrade this to a 10,000 litre pump, very flow, so I can increase the flow a bit more, hopefully. But eventually what I want to do is put a 3-tier system, a bit like GKP has on its pond. But at the time, this is what I had to work with. I've begged, borrowed and stolen, to be honest. This moving bed cost me nothing, apart from the pipework and the fittings. This one cost me nothing, apart from the pipework and fittings. And this one cost me nothing, apart from the pipework and fittings. So basically, all I've bought really is the slide valves, the ball valves for this. Everything else I've had given or acquired from other people. All my fish, apart from the 5 that I've just bought, have come free by people that were overstocked in ponds because they've done the pond, wanted koi. Like I say, I have lost 5 koi last 6 koi last year. I've lost one recently to swim bladder, and that will be the biggest koi of the lot. But the other fish are fine. All the water, I test the water. I use a Colombo test kit. All my water parameters are fine, or they were last week. All that will be done tomorrow. Like I said, big filter clean, water change, and everything will be back to normal. And my pond will be probably another 3 inch higher than what it is at the moment. Like I said, it's a bit down at the moment, but I've lost quite a bit through evaporation by the look of it. But it is ongoing and it is what it is. So I'm happy with what I've got.
Alright.
It seems to work for me, and like I said, I haven't lost a fish this year apart from, like I said, the swim bladder one. I've been quite happy with that. And I've not lost a goldfish since I've had the pond, so but I said they've been there 2.5, nearly 3 years, so So, but yeah, it's up and running and it's fine, it works, and everything seems normal.
Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome, Paul. You're very welcome.